Top 3 movies every entrepreneur needs to watch. I really enjoy to watch movies, especially if they are motivational or inspirational to make you do the things that you want. I want to use my time better, so even if I'm bored I could make it a good use of it. So help me please out. I am looking for movies that can be very helpful for every entrepreneur. If you could recommend 3 movies that every entrepreneur needs to watch, what would they be? Thanks in advance. The Pursuit of Happiness, City of God, Forrest Gump. Each film has a lesson that it'll teach you. I think there's a thread about this already, but The Social Network, I used to put this on when I was working on my first business for motivation. Probably have watched it 30 times. Middlemen. Loved this one. I just wanted The Imitation Game, which isn't technically about business, but was nonetheless excellent, and Motivational Whiplash, a story about greatness. I also second the All About That Grind. Nightcrawler, a heartbreaking story about a gentleman who've started from the bottom. Dirt poor, he learned skills from the internet and founded his business from the ground up, doing whatever it takes. Okay, maybe a bit sociopathic. Fight Club, an inspirational movie about a group of friends who got tired of their 9-to-5 jobs and the corporate world, so they set out to make a difference. Having come up with service that provides people a new way of being together and doing activities together, they build up momentum and change the world. Watchmen, not really about entrepreneurship, but teaches you a valuable lesson. Your master plan? Better F. King did it 35 minutes ago. I also got some kicks out of Factotum, but it's a bit artsy and boring, my normal definition. But it's about a guy Bukowski who does whatever it takes to live his dream, which is being a writer. If you want to save yourself some time, Bukowski's poem Roll the Dice pretty much sums it up. Why not motivate yourself and get applicable know-how at the same time? 2 solid movies about the human spirit and what we can achieve when we push beyond pain. I learned everything I know about business from The Wolf of Wall Street. My top 3. 1. There Will Be Blood, my favorite film. Ruthless, hardworking rags to riches psychotic oil tycoon against a greedy hypocritical religious figure. 2. Godfather 3. Rocky, the ultimate underdog film. Although I didn't expect to, I also really enjoyed The Social Network. Rudy. Oh dear God, please watch something else quickly. Wall Street, Color of Money, The Men Who Built America on the History Channel. Oh God, I hope not. Nice joke. Thanks guys for the replies. Keep them coming. I already watched one of the above mentioned movies, called Nightcrawler. That guy is a true psychopath, but he knows how to do business. I will watch the soon rest. Pirates of Silicon Valley. Boiler Room, if only for the Benefilek speech, but it's an excellent insight on the mind of a hustler, what people will do and what people won't ask in order to make some money. Office Space, I love this movie. It's motivating in that it shows a reality that millions of people live every day, comfortable and safe but horribly unfulfilled and deeply unhappy. Some gold quotes in the movie as well. I honor man, pick any third. Yes, X1,000. What about documentaries? There are some great ones that'll keep you entertained and you'll learn something. The Prestige, How to Beat the Competition. Watch the series Halt and Catch Fire, Silicon Valley, Shark Tank, The Apprentice USA and Restaurant Startup. In terms of movies, watch The Pursuit of Happiness, Jobs, The Social Network, Pirates of Silicon Valley, The Wolf of Wall Street and Wall Street 1987. Door-to-Door classic film about selling. Fight Club movie about following your dreams and consumerism. The Matrix, not a business movie but a tell about the society. Glengarry Glen Ross. Not really a movie, but a show. I watch the nightly draw of Lotto every night. That really helped me as an entrepreneur. The Social Network Godfather. This movie doesn't teach you anything really, but seeing the life of Jordan Belfort up until his conviction is very motivating if you get rich legally, that is dash. Limitless. This movie is awesome. It fires the up really good to pursue my goals. Men Who Built America. Scarface. American Gangster. One that hasn't been listed and almost certain no one knows about. The Billionaire. A Thai movie. Major language barrier, but action speaks louder than words, based on a true story too. My fellow entrepreneurs, do not miss this one. Awesome. Shout with that one mouth. It's on my list. Alice in Wonderland. Imagine 6 impossible things before breakfast. How no one has mentioned Enron, the smartest guys in the room, is beyond me. This movie alone showed me a lot about human nature. Fascinating what they were doing and getting away with. I really enjoyed Jiro Dreams of Sushi. Number 1. A movie about your competition working their butts off. Number 2. A movie of you watching movies. The Office. To remind you of what your life can be if you give up. I found The Aviator to be very inspiring. Warrior. It's got nothing to do with entrepreneurship but gets me so pumped every time I watch it. I get watching movies, but to watch them more than 3 times? Seems like a waste of time. I will check out a few movies in this thread. A big second on Office Space. The 1999 movie with Jennifer Aniston. It's one of my top 10. Hilarious. On the serious side, I would suggest with Russell Crowe. Not exactly about an entrepreneur, but very motivating along the lines of Rocky. Shows how to make it through the worst times with whatever skills you have. Great true story about the life of boxer Jim Braddock. On a lighter feel-good note, there is an older comedy with Meryl Streep and Al Brooks called Which Is an Unknown Gem. It's about a guy who dies and goes to the afterlife only to be told he has a problem with fear. He is shown multiple examples of how fear messed up his life on Earth, much to his dismay. Realizing he might be sent back to Earth to try again, he sets out to defend his former life in front of judges who hold his fate. It's a charming story with a great life lesson. I'm surprised that nobody has mentioned The Great Gatsby, a story about a gentleman who did everything in his power in order to have his way along with a girl. Changed everything about his life. Even ran away from his family. Not to mention, a lesson on how people can drastically change, be supportive, loyal, greedy, and respectful. I personally enjoyed prime Clint Eastwood movies like Dirty Harry and Western movies. Somehow the real Clint Eastwood is Bellows and Fastlane. Another, Indie Game, the movie. Great tale of perseverance, motivation, overcoming doubt and taking risks. A documentary, but I'm preferring those recently anyway. The beginning of Jerry Maguire. Shut it off once the kid shows up. Rudy. Remember the Titans. Citizen Kane. Office Space. Pirates of Silicon Valley. Now I've literally been laughing at this for 10 minutes, but my list: Wall Street, Wolf of Wall Street, Casino, The King of Comedy. Scorsese. 1983. Well, that's an extremely negative way to look at the story of Howard Hughes, one of the most influential and best entrepreneurs of the past 100 years. The Aviator, to me, illustrated the power of obsession and drive in accomplishing Herculean, unrealistic and monumental tasks. It illustrates how there will be hardships and heartaches, and that the obsession that pushes us to success can help us achieve our most lofty, unrealistic goals no matter what anyone says. The movie showed me how important it is for obsessive, competitive overachievers to surround themselves with winners who believe in their vision, and understand their past and eccentricities. I guess that's the difference perspective makes. 1. Is a classic, and don't forget the Fastlane movies. I watched this last week on Netflix. Ridiculous the stuff they got away with. 1. Pursuit of Happiness. Guy comes from nothing, works his ass off beyond belief for him and his son, and some quotes and scenes are truly inspirational too. Wall Street. Great quotes and greed is good. 3. Wolf of Wall Street. Now I know the practices in the movie is nothing good, but it is in some weird or bad way inspiring. Nothing wrong with my workplace. Not a movie, a TV series of 4 hours, maybe you can count it like 2 movies, Cain and Abel 1985. Hi, not a movie, but some people take best motivational speeches and put epic music quick fix on the right. You will see more channels, short and long tracks with video. This one has 7 mil views to start. Mike. Good thread, some recommendations I haven't watched yet. Here's 3 from me that won't disappoint. Dallas Buyers Club, Rush, Slumdog Millionaire. Most of the quoted movies here are about gangsters, lol. Plus 1 to Who Said About Whiplash. My all-time favorite movie. I think it has a lot to do with Entrepreneur. Man, I second Nightcrawler. Awesome, overlooked movie. I think it was partially based off a Brazilian reporter who was making his stories. Don't want to spoil anything. And he drives my car too, that's A+. But let's be honest, no one really needs to watch a movie to be successful. If the stories are true, we'll get to review our whole life right before death. Better make sure that last movie is awesome. Sharknado 1, Sharknado 2, Sharknado 3. It just occurred to me that with Jack Black and Ben Stiller is not only funny, but is also very entrepreneurial. In fact, I think the product that Jack Black makes in the movie meets a lot of the fast lane principles, fills a need, provides value, at scale, etc. It's a must-see for any entrepreneur who needs to unwind with some total silliness. Was very inspired after watching this. My all-time favorite business movie now. Thanks for mentioning it. Surprised Citizen Kane has not been mentioned. Classic of all classics. I'm throwing IP Man in there, parts 1 and 2 with Donnie Yen. Entrepreneurship, perseverance through home, local and international issues. The Matrix. Free your mind. Freddy Got Fingered and Grandma's Boy. Because they are so bad they are god-awfully good. I was just coming into this thread to post Nightcrawler. Definitely an awesome movie. Your description of it comes off as a heartwarming drama. That movie was absolutely cutthroat. Worth watching 2x for sure. The Room by Tommy Wiseau. An absolute masterpiece. My top are, 1. The Social Network. 2. Pirates of Silicon Valley. 3. The Pursuit of Happiness. And this scene. 1. Blow. 2. Jobs, lol. I couldn't resist putting it in that order. 3. Lord of War. That's the joke. Startup.com, Moneyball, The Wall Street Control plus Alt plus Compete, documentary. Where can I get The Billionaire? Really want to watch that. Watch it at a local screening, it gets even better. Ha. I didn't put it together until after I posted, it got a good chuckle from me though. Top Secret Ganul, Google it. Wolf of Wall Street, The Boiler Room, The Social Network. Horrible Bosses is an epic example of what happens when someone owns you. Erin Brockovich is what hustle looks like. Ocean's 11 to just watch the house lose once, not condoning theft, lol. The Matrix for exposing the zeitgeist for what it is. V for Vendetta for the consequences of living in fear. Office Space for obvious reasons. Holy shit, who hasn't had a Bill Lumbergh in his life at some point? Right now, my hustle is turned to max capacity, so movies aren't on my list of stuff to do. But my quiet bonding night with the husband will be a great time for these entertainment or intimacy or inspiration. Yes please. Not a movie, but with the 50 Cent news today, I'm reminded of this incredible show. Definitely worth a watch. I DVR it and watch them when I can. 1. Rocky, Pure Motivation. School of Hard Knocks. 2. Boiler Room, Ben Affleck's speech is priceless. 3. Godfather, learns you a lot about family, enemies, friends when doing business. 1. That is all. Forgive me, I came up with 5. 1. The Wolf of Wall Street. 2. Goodfellas. 3. The Social Network. 4. 21:5. The Pursuit of Happiness. I learned a lot from The Wolf of Wall Street and is one of the latest influences that has allowed me to dream big and actually realize that just about any individual can go out there and make something of themselves. It just takes drive. Never saw a movie that was more worthless of spending my time to than this one. I only like Wall Street and The Godfather. But I prefer books over movies every time. Casino Miami Vice 2006 version. Rocky. I agree with Fight Club, and Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. It's a masterpiece, especially because it shows how environment can affect your life. It has nothing to do with entrepreneurship, but it's a movie everyone should watch. It really shows the importance of time from a whole new perspective. Basically, money is replaced by time. People work for time, buy stuff with time and die if they run out of time. Funny you say that. I haven't seen the Slumdog Millionaire movie, but I recall reading the book called Q&A a good few years before they adapted it into the film. Great book, IMO. Awesome movie. 3 takeaways. Middlemen. Wall Street Boiler Room. Going to watch Office Space tonight. Yeah. Seen some clips. Step Brothers. Not another teen movie. Debbie does. Dallas. Admittingly, you have to look for the meaning. Actually, you know. Never mind. 1. Silicon Valley HBO TV series, hilariously entertaining. Documents a startup from the beginning, and is like a free business course. 2. There Will Be Blood, basically an oil magnate's biography, although somewhat depressing at the end. 3. The Social Network, self-explanatory. I think that does a decent job showing how a simple idea takes dedication to get movement. The Revenant, perseverance, can't do it alone, resources and opportunity all around you, success requires you to be all in. No need to repeat what has been said before here. If you think you don't get many chances in your country, check I Found a Good Film with many metaphors about life. It has that Matrix effect. Great film about a great person. 6 Feet Under, makes you realize how short your life is. Tommy Boy, seriously? There were some really good sales nuggets in here. You're either growing or dying, Butcher's Ass, etc. Along with Fat Guy in a Little Coat. Glengarry Glen Ross, Coffee is for Closers. Boiler Room. It's like Wolf of Wall Street light. Hope this thread isn't too old for a bump. Whoever suggested Flash of Genius, you're a genius. Brilliant movie. I don't think a film has inspired me in business yet, but I saw The Revenant a few weeks ago. Wow. What a film. Leo should have won 2 Oscars for that performance. Joy was a good concept, but the film lacked depth for me. It's worth a watch. 1. Pursuit of Happiness. 2. The Wolf of Wall Street. 3. The Social Network. Flash of Genius parallels my biggest business idea, only my story ended differently last time. I'll be watching that again on the eve of some huge negotiations this week. Thanks for the reminder. Great film. It's not a movie, but Kevin Nation's YouTube video entitled Zen of Flower Arranging is by far the best business video I have ever seen. It only has 969 views on YouTube. The best things are often largely unnoticed. Doesn't mean they aren't the best. Often, wealth is very, very quiet. I just watched the video and it was surprisingly good. Thanks. American Gangster, Blow, Hustle and Flow along Wall Street, The Boiler Room. I say American Gangster because on the Outtakes DVD when they actually interviewed Frank Lucas, he stated the concepts he learned from Napoleon Hill's books that he read. He also said he sat in a room and just thought and made his plans come to reality even though they were illicit. Just the principles. Hustle and Flow is a good one to teach us never to give up and to keep on grinding and selling and retrying and revamping our talents. Cheat, steal, and hustle your way chasing money. I like American Gangster, Wall Street, and The Boiler Room as entertainment, but they're not inspirational for business unless you want to be a hooker, a crack dealer, or a thief. Only one that hasn't been mentioned yet, October Sky, the somewhat sensationalized childhood story of DoD or NASA rocket scientist Homer Hickam. It's not about money, but the all-important process still comes through, building shit prototype after shit prototype that blows up or crashes and burns and not giving up. Having no real mentors or guidance and having to figure out everything on your own. Going beyond what any of the adults in your life have experience with. Having to keep going to school even though your interests lie elsewhere, beyond the curriculum. Having to work a dead-end, soul-sucking job to fund the research. Parents who think you're insane and have to get the same kind of job they got to make anything of yourself. Getting into legal scrapes when your idea gets too big. It's fast lane gold and the boys never earn a single dollar except scholarship money. Hence I stated the principle. I am not advocating any of Fastlane members to follow the likes of those individuals. However, the underlying thirst and hunger for achieving something is something we can all relate to. We'll definitely check this one out. Thanks. The Big Short, Dallas Buyers Club, The Martian. Great movies already listed. I always look for documentaries. Here are 3 I found useful. The lessons and insights of those who have walked the path are more valuable than any textbook or classroom lesson. IMO, The Call of the Entrepreneur, very different people from different corners of the globe with the same dream. Something ventured. Ups and downs and opportunities. Good venture capital insights here. Lots of don't do this lessons. Bonus. Flash of Genius. This Hollywood movie production is a lesson in idea protection and the predators that are lying in wait to steal your production and work. Peaceful Warrior Joy Pursuit of Happiness sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. Rush 2013, not a movie about business but it really spoke to me. An overall good movie that you won't regret checking out. The Walk. It's not about business, but it's incredibly inspirational, will make you laugh, and keep you on the edge of your seat. One of my favorites now. 1. Blade Runner, worth watching for the Rutger speech at the end too. Eat, Pray, Love. Makes you think WTF am I doing with my life. 3. The Way, another finding yourself sort of film. I also would have had Rocky, Office Space, and Fight Club. Fight Club will make you think twice about ordering clam chowder. The Peaceful Warrior is such a good book, but I am a bit disappointed in the film because of the acting. Obviously not Nick Nolte, as he is great as Socrates, but the character of Dan is wooden. Still worth watching though. I strongly recommend reading the book. It is one of my favorite motivational spiritual books. I've changed mine too. Top Secret, Margin Call, Flash of Genius, Scarface, The Game, and Nightcrawler. Usually biographies pump me up. When I watch biographies I feel like I should work so hard and make such a difference that are pumped up just reading there. My top: Wolf of Wall Street, Pursuit of Happiness, Rocky's series, Limitless, Benvenue, Welcome to Gattaca. I vote for The Godfather. Documentary about Jiro Ono, who is considered the greatest sushi chef in the world. He's the owner of which is the only Michelin 3-star sushi restaurant in the world. You'll be inspired by his intense focus on process and constant pursuit of perfection of his craft, +1 on Pursuit of Happiness. Great movie that shows that even with the odds against you, you can become successful and shows how much hard work and suffering it sometimes takes to get that far. Also based on a true story, so it becomes even more awesome. When I came into this thread I was thinking Pursuit of Happiness, and there it was. Perfect. Great job on the movie selection. These movies are truly motivational and inspiring to me, and I'm sure a lot of people. I liked The War Dogs that was recently in the theaters. Kind of resonated with the whole arbitrage thing. I'm looking forward to seeing what this is like.